What's going on, guys? Sin for the win here. We are back with our franchise mode as the Stanley Cup winning Seattle Vikings. You're damn right. I am not going to stop saying that for this entire year, baby. We got it. All right, so we're in the free agency period after a pretty successful draft there. And there's some odd things in free agency. I mean, it makes a bit of sense that they're all hitting their prime, but none of them have offers yet. I'm likely not going to go for any of them, just because I think that's kind of silly. We kind of have our team. We got Hischier back on a 1 year, 17 mil. We're not going to be able to trade that unless we retain. And if we retain, we couldn't sign any of those guys anyway. So I don't really think it's worth it. We're rolling with Hischier here, and maybe McDavid would have been a better fit, but at the same time, I kind of almost don't want to, fix what's broken. We have a very good core with us, and I think we're gonna not like go after anyone here. That's just my personal opinion, but you never know. I mean, if they're still available at some point, we could always maybe make something work here. Maybe Nyquist ships off, whatever. But whatever. We'll figure it out. But let's see the awards here, because I don't think I checked those in the last one. So let's check out all the awards from this last year. There we are, Seattle Vikings, the Stanley Cup champions of 2025-26 season. Oops, let's keep going here. Of course, we also got yeah, that's right, we got the President's Trophy too. Okay, so we got the President's Trophy as well as the Clarence S. Campbell. We got all three of the possible team trophies that we could get. That is incredible. All right, no, let's not do HL. Player awards here. John Tavares got the Art Ross. Hart Memorial went to Connor McJesus. All right, that's crazy. Comes off a Hart season, doesn't get re-signed. Maybe he didn't want to sign. Alright, James Norris went to, Ekman Larson. Interesting. What the hell? Alright, we're gonna have to check back on that, because I know he was kind of close in points. I don't know if I thought he could have won the Norris, but interesting. I think I might have mentioned that he definitely should have been in the talks, but he actually did win it, so OEL, poor guy. 2 years he wins the Norris. He becomes a UFA. Oh, man. Oh, the Norris is cursed for OEL. Lady Bing went to Tarasenko. Afanasenkov got the Calder Memorial. Conn Smythe went to Ward, our goaltender. And Vesna went to Luukkonen, as well as William N. Jennings. So, yeah, he was hands down the best goaltender. Bill Masterton went to Hood. All right, and the Selke. Oh, come on. Toskala got the Selke. I thought he sure should have won that, but alright. Toskala gets the Selke. Ted Lindsay went to McDavid, as well as the Maurice Richard. I got to check back on that. We'll check out the Selke and the Norris race to see how close they were indeed. Because I know I mentioned the Selke race. I'm just trying to remember if I did mention the Norris race for our OEL in there. Oh, shit. He's not going to be in here because I'm pretty sure he had, 67 points, I feel like, or something like that. He was close to being. I think he had some. I know he wasn't third. I know he was either tied with or slightly above Ristolainen in point scoring. Or maybe he was slightly below, but yeah, unfortunately they're not going to show him here, so that's kind of useless. But time on ice. I know he had more time on ice, and damn, I wish I could check it all, but he's in free agency right now. I mean, we can go back and check it, but you can't, compare him side by side, which sucks. But whatever. Go to centers here. And let's check out between Hischier and Toskala. Now, Hischier obviously had the better giveaway takeaway. Face-off percentage went to Toskala. I think they just really favor face-off percentage. Plus minus went to Hischier, but I mean, Hischier, like I said, beat him in every single regard. Ice time, not face-off percentage, but yeah, hits and block shots also went to Toskala. So yeah, okay, I guess it does make a bit of sense. Really, all Hischier beat him in was the giveaway takeaway ratio and plus minus and time on ice and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd say Toskala deserved that one. More block shots, more hits, better face-off percentage. Yeah, all right. That sucks, but yeah, Toskala is a very good two-way guy. He sure, but whatever. He sure does great for us. So all right, before I advance here, I want to go check on OEL here. Because like I said, I want to see how many points he did have. Still doesn't have an offer. Well, I mean, I didn't advance any day, so why would he? Was it 60? No, 65. So yeah, he was tied with Risto. I knew it was around that. Plus 44. I think they really like the plus minus for defensemen. And, okay, I thought he had close. He has actually very comparable to Jake Bean in time on ice per game. Alright. Well, good stuff. Alright. There we have that. That takes care of just about everything. We're pretty much full. We don't need to sign anyone for depth, cap, or anything like that, and our roster slots are pretty full, so this is going to be a silent free agency for us. We're basically just going to sim up here. I'm going to keep an eye on it as we go. If things need to be updated, then I will, so I'll probably sim a bit slower here, just because I want to keep an eye on if those guys are going to get signed or not. Okay, now this is interesting. Bryzgalov was, he got offer sheeted by the Florida Panthers for $8.360 million for 6 years by Nashville. We don't have the cap to match their offers, but we'll have 6 days to free up the cap, but we're going to trade him anyway. We're going to get a first, second, and a third for Bryzgalov. Now, this guy's a low elite. We couldn't get that if we traded for him. I think we're going to take the compensation here and let Bryzgalov go off to Nashville to get some top 6 time like he pretty much deserves at this point. It sucks losing him. We're going to have to keep an eye on him to see how he produces, because it doesn't seem like he produced well when we had him in the top 6 or on the power play. But hey, maybe Nashville's a different story, but I'm definitely taking that compensation. Alright, an update for free agency. All the top guys are gone. McDavid, Kuch, or was it? No, McDavid and Keller are gone. The guy's in their prime, but still available. Kuznetsov, Seguin, Giroux. Giroux might not get signed. He is 38, but now Seguin and Kuznetsov do have offers, so it looks like all those guys will be signed. So that's good, at least. They're going to be playing. Alright, these are what our lines are going to look like. Pretty similar. Henrik, Hischier, Boyle, Nyquist, Manning, Karpovtsev, Hamus, Sim, and Bermanis now. And then Leach, Burmistrov, and Sofilis. That's our fourth line now. We got Leach coming up. He's 21 years old. Listed to be fourth liner. He brings some offense, but I really like his defensive stats. Again, he's not the strongest of skaters, but playing on the fourth line, he doesn't need to be that strong. He's a big body out there, and I like that about him. So that's what that is. Defensively, this is tentatively what we're going with. Pete, Malmstrom, Vorobyev, Pignol, Stoll, Honka. We're going to have to see what jumps happen and things like that. Hopefully I do. Ooh, I forgot to call someone up who I was going to call up. Anyway, we have Borodziak up here listed as depth to play depth for us. He's 24 years old. Right-handed defensive defenseman. Give me 1 sec. I got to call up the guy we're going to use as depth here for our team. And we're bringing up Hamalainen. I already replaced him on all the lines. We're going to call him up. He's on one way, so we can't send him back down, but that's all right. So he's going to be our depth guy for us on the forward end of things. So there we go. Hamalainen and Borodziak. When was Hamalainen drafted? I felt, yeah, 5th round. Oof. A bust. Bust Borodziak. Holy. Yeah, this guy never panned out for us. He took forever to grow, and damn. 19th overall bust. Well, he's a depth guy now, so there you go. Alright, anyway. Let's see here. Power play. Henrik, Hischier, Boyle, Stoll, Bermanis, then Nyquist, Manning, Karpovtsev, Hamus, Pete. So, very similar, but we got Stoll here. 19 years old, going to try to take on the top power play duties. We're going to have to see how he does. Pete taking his place on that second unit. There's a 4-man, pretty basic. Penalty kill, Hischier, Sofilis, Malmstrom, Vorobyev, Sim, Bermanis, Honka, Pete. Alright, that's what we're going to try for our penalty kill here. See if it works for us. But yeah, definitely giving Hischier that penalty kill time too. I might move him on to the second unit, just so he doesn't get too crazy tired out there. Yeah, let's do that. I might want to move Bermanis up. He's actually not that... I actually don't want him on there. I think we might have someone better here. I might try Leach out. Yeah, I'm going to try Leach out on the penalty kill. We're going to do that, yeah. Alright, so that's what we're going to do for that then. 3-man, I'll let Hischier be on the top one for the 3-man. But everything else is exactly the same. Extras here, the 4-on-4 is Hischier, Henrik, Malmstrom, Pete. Boyle, Karpovtsev, Vorobyev, Pignol. And then Manning, Nyquist with Honka and Stoll. The 3-on-3, Hischier, Henrik with Pete, and then Boyle, Karpovtsev with Stoll, giving him a bit more. I don't want to overload him. I don't want to put him on like the top one or anything like that. Pete's still capable. And then Manning, Nyquist, and then Pignol here, because he's got pretty decent offensive stats, 88 and 93. for awareness and such. Could even maybe, well, put him above Pete, but I might want to try that. Pete does have power play, top stuff for everything else. Let's see what Pignot can do a bit. Yeah, he's 23. If he's gonna break out, it's got to be this year. So let's put him up there. All right, and extra attacker Hischier, Karpovtsev. Shootout lineups, Hischier, Henrik, Boyle, Nyquist, Bermanis, and I did give, since defensively we're not going to have an alternate this year, Ekman Larsson bounces out. I don't know if Malmstrom's ready to take it over yet. Yeah, he's a good shutdown guy, but I'd like to see him really make a jump this year and be special for him before he earns that A. Because, yeah. And for the memes, we got Hamuse with the other alternacy. So, Boyle, captain, Hischier, alternate, Hamuse, earn the other alternacy. And I do need to remember to change him, change his fighting down by 1. I don't want him getting in like 20 fights a year now. 10's fine, I don't care. He can fight 10 times a year, but he's making, what is he making? Almost $6 million a year now for the next 3 years. We need him to be more than just a fighter now. He's playing some power play time, etc. So we're definitely going to crank that down. So there are the lines here. And the top 6 is actually the same. Our bottom 6 definitely changed up a bit. Sophoulis, after a couple years as a depth guy for us, finally earned a solid spot on our roster. So congratulations to him. He's always been solid when he stepped in. And we'll have to see what happens with our defensive core, because that is the weak spot, obviously. Goaltenders, Ward and Lynch. And we'll see what happens with the jumps with them. I'm expecting both of them to get quite hefty jumps here. We'll have to see. And then I'll leave auto rotations on. I believe I changed that before the last episode. I might as well check it, though, while I edit some things. And I was going to try to look for where McDavid and them ended up, but the activity feed was, I couldn't find him in there, even in just the signings area, and view lines doesn't quite work yet. So we're going to have to wait a bit before we try to find where they ended up. You can see just no data display, so you can't check the lines quite yet. You're going to have to wait a little bit. Anyway, let's take care of those 2 things that I mentioned. First things first, Hamuse. You got to tone it down a little bit on the fighting. We all love you. We want you to have a long career here. So let's change his fighting from often to sometimes. Again, I'm not going to change it to rarely or anything. This guy's still a fighter. And he will always be a fighter. But we're changing that from often to sometimes. And that's it. That's all we're doing. Boom. So he's still going to fight, and he's still going to have that role on this team. It's just going to be a bit less. He's getting power play time. He's got great offensive stats. We'll see how he does. All right, that is that. And I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to double check for everyone and myself. But I'm pretty sure that in the last video before I started recording, I changed back automated goalie rotations. We might have to turn them back off. Yep, it is back on. So we might turn them back off again this year at some point if, you know, depending on what the goalie situation's looking like, they might both be good. We want to probably give them like 40 games each at least. That we can, unless one's doing visibly better than the other one, then we'll obviously trend towards that one. But if they're both really good, they're both on 1 year left of their contract, so it's time to see which one is the true number 1. Now, obviously, Ward winning that Conn Smythe is a big thing, but he hasn't been as consistent in the regular season. We want to find someone who can do both, and we should be able to figure that out this year. All right. So I think we took care and covered everything. Let's sim a bit. I'm going to sim past preseason, then we should be able to have the lines kind of sorted for everyone, unless we'll go like I want to be able to check. No, I don't really care about preseason stats. Let's be real. Let me just sim up all the way here. Right before the regular season, then we should be able to see everyone's lines. All right, loss right there against Anaheim. We lost 2 losses here to start off preseason. Vorobyev had a minor injury, but he should be good. Yeah, he's fine. Not doing too well here in preseason. But hey, it's a Stanley Cup hangover. It's expected. There we go. Big one against LA. Yeah, again, we're going to have maybe a mediocre preseason, but when the regular season starts, I expect us to get right back in the swing of things. 3 games in a row. Only allowing 1 goal against. That's big. That's a good sign. Yeah, we'll be compliant. And alright, so we lost the first 2 games of preseason, then won all the next ones. So there we go. 11th is when waivers go into effect. We don't have anyone to send down or anything like that, so we'll be fine. I already got the scouts going out. I'm just going to let them auto-scout again. It seemed to work pretty good. Though we do have a lot of more picks this year, with Brizgalov getting his, I gotta remember where he went to, so you guys can remind me in the comments. I want to check on him throughout the year. Nashville, that's right. I want to check on him throughout the year. See how he's doing, and probably a top role for Nashville. Okay. Alright, now I want to try to find where McDavid ended up. Because obviously that's a pretty big deal here. Oh, what the hell? I still can't check. Okay, well, evidently we're going to have to sim a bit. Alright, but... maybe it's because the seasons aren't quite starting at the same time as ours are. Who the hell knows? I'm trying to see if we got everything, anything scouted out more, especially goaltender-wise. They do not yet, so we're going to have to sim a bit to really get that figured out. Same with everything else. Not enough time, I guess. Alright, that's fine. We'll see what happens. Alright, regular season's about to get underway. Let's get into it. Let's see if Seattle doesn't have too slow of a start here, if the hangover isn't too big for him. So I'm going to get... maybe if I go up to here, we'll have enough uncovered on our own team to really be able to see what's going on, especially with that goalie thing. Then I can maybe make a judgment call on what I should do regarding the rotations. Tough loss to begin the season, 6-5 shutout loss, but we, scored the goals. Oh, great. J.C. Tucker, injury. That was quick. Alright, well, I got this low top 6 guy who I'm going to be using as depth there. So there we go. He's just going to hop in wherever the hell he's needed. Alright, there we go. Answered back with a win. So a lot of goals in the first game, not so much in the second, but that's cool. It's all good. Central Scouting. Let's see what Central Scouting has so far. We actually don't have anything scouted yet, so we'll see what happens. One guy scouted so far. So if at some point I feel the need that I want to send out my scouts, I will do it, but Auto Scout did just fine last year, so I was kind of interested in testing it out for multiple years in a row to see how good it is. All right, so there we go. 2 losses in a row. Answer right back with a win though. But Ottawa just beat us in overtime. We get the point, but 2-2-2 to start off. Not ideal, but we do have a weaker defensive core, but it doesn't seem like defense is our biggest weakness. We're not putting the puck in the net enough by the looks of it. So that's a thing that we should look out for here. And yeah, you'll notice that we have a potential 81 guy. Now, this guy's a sniper, not the strongest of skaters, good offensively. I'm going to see what he is. He is 22. He's kind of in a weird location in his career, so I wasn't too inclined to put him in the NHL for any reason. I'd rather have more depth defensive forwards. Ugh, another tough loss. We scored goals in that one, but we allowed a lot of goals too, so yeah. Defense is definitely looking like it could be an issue this year. Another loss. Yikes. 2-4-2 to start off. Not a good start. Not a good start. Tyler Ward not happy with his performance. Walter Boyle leading team in points, but we are out of a playoff spot right now by a lot. Oh, well, only a natural 2 points, but still. You don't want to get into a hole too early, and our locker room chemistry is terrible. 70%. What's going on here? Well, exactly what we expected out of our first and second line. Karpovtsev actually down to an 86 now. Second line, a bit of a slow start here. -3. 2 assists. Sims actually listed as a second liner. I was not happy with that. Third line's actually struggling here. Very interesting. Ooh, Sophoulis, that's a pretty major jump for him. There might be some statistical stuff, or who knows. God damn, not enough jumps here. Pignol's looking good at least, but like solid top 4, but man, we need someone to hop into that top 2 area. A lot of minuses everywhere. Yeah. Lynch isn't really scouted yet. He has only played 1 game, or no, he's played 3 games, so it will take a bit longer for him to get scouted. But Ward is an 88, but he's not doing good at all. Not at all. Now we got to wonder, is that statistical? Because sometimes people get boosted up by statistical and then they have a bad year the next year. It is early, but this is a bit troubling, you could say. Definitely. I'm not liking the way our defensive play is. I might bump this guy up. He looks like he could put up some points, although he hasn't so far. But, yeah, I got to split them up. Let's try Pignol up there with Malmstrom. Get Pete back on the in the top 4. Let's try that out. Again, this is going to be a bit of an iffy year here. But if I can get someone like Pignol, some stat growth if he wants to produce really well. That would be awesome, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that. Yeah, not the strongest of starts overall. But again, we took a major step back with our defense. I was hoping that our goaltenders would be able to kind of clutch things out for us. All right, let's sim a bit more here. See if we can kind of right the ship on our own without having to make major changes. Because that's not exactly what I want. Yeah, there should be enough. There's enough back-to-backs here. We should be able to see exactly what Lynch is going to bring to the table. But yeah, our goaltending performance not too strong. I mean, our entire team performance is not very strong early on here. Montour, how good is he? If I'm gonna make a trade, it'll be for like a top 2 guy, and I don't think Montour is that at all. Not with that contract. Nope. Don't need another 84 guy. Lost locker room chemistry, so I'm assuming we lost that game. We won that game. Yeah, we lost it. Well, we lost it in OT, but man, we should be able to get more OT here. All right, guys, time to right the ship. Time to go on a streak here. There we go. 2 big games, 5-4-3. We're above 500. Luckily, those 3 of those losses came in overtime. We're able to salvage points, but now's the time where we got to start winning some games in a row. There we go. Seeming like we're starting to find our sea legs here. Again, like I said, Stanley Cup hangover is a thing. 15-0 our AHL team. Jesus Christ. They don't even have that good of goaltenders. They're killing it, though. I got to check on them for sure. Now, another nice win. So we lost a game, but answered right back with a win. So it seems like we're... Oh, that's a tough one. Paris, whatever. Oh my goodness, this guy's way better than I thought he was. I put him down here to kind of gauge what he is. He's 20 years old. Damn, I think I'm obviously got to bring that guy up and play him. Because that is ridiculous. Alright, I got to figure this out. Hold on. Probably Robertson, I guess. He's still got elite potential even though he's 23 and not going to go anywhere. Hold on. Can I just stop the sim here? Jeez, that's a big one. We won another game, though. So you know what? I'm going to leave him there. I know. But it's only a few. He's only going to miss a few more games. I'm going to have to ask your guys' opinion. I mean, I know we should bring him up, but then what should we do? Because we're going to have a lot of controversy with our defense. I love that he's a nice, solid defensive defenseman. He is a lefty, so him and Malmstrom. 2 defensive defensemen on your top pairing. We're hoping that Stahl can be that top 2 guy offensively. So maybe Malmstrom will get bumped back, but that'll leave a gaping hole for the right side. So we'll have to see what happens here. Might be a bit difficult. But yeah, no wonder our frickin' team's doing so good. How's that goalie situation? Oh, what the hell? No. That guy, did they switch him out on me? The hell happened? I wanted to get him and Owen in there. Both of these guys training to be backups. I must did I best lines at some point? I don't think I did. I must have just messed up. Whatever. Get him in there. Alright, now let's see if the AHL does horrific after that change. I mean, hell, I don't think they should. They have a great start. No, they just won another game. We won a 1-0 game there. That's awesome. 5-3 loss right there. Tough one, but 11-7-3 is not terrible, but I'd like to see another couple wins here at the end. That's another loss in the shootout. We're losing a lot of these overtime games. Bit weaker draft class, they say. Hello. No Hanfin's on the block, huh? Ugh. I'd have to scout him, but it doesn't look like he's that good, so no thanks. Yeah, trade value doesn't indicate that he's going to be incredible. Please win this game. There we go. We needed that win. 12-7-4. Again, not the strongest of starts, but we are also not the strongest of teams right now, especially in the defensive end. But we seem to kind of have really good stretches where we tear it up in that regard. There's Nico Hischier, leading in points once again with 27. We're right back in 3rd place with a 2-point lead over San Jose, and we have a game in hand against the 2 guys in 1st and 2nd place. Wow, Edmonton's doing good without McDavid. Who would have thought? Speaking of which, we got to try to figure out where he's at. We'll probably just go to stats. He should be somewhere near the top. All right, but let's see how our team's performing so far. 2.96 goals for per game, 2.39 goals against. So our ratio's good, but our record could do better. I think it's because of that slow start. If we had more of a okay start there, then, you know, our record would obviously look a lot better. I am a little bit worried at some of our overtime losses, though. We're not seeming to get a lot of victories in extra time, so you don't want too many pity points throughout the year. They're good to have, but it's better than a regulation loss, but you want to also find you know, ways to win those games. So maybe we got to check out our 3-on-3 lines a bit. All right, power play percentage is great, 31%. So our power play is ticking. Penalty kill at 83.1. You know what? That's pretty good. It's third place in our division. It's not too bad. It's average-ish. 8-5-1 on home ice, 4-2-3 on the road, 6-3-1 in the last 10. So we're trending in the right direction. Road performances have got to get a bit better. Everything's got to get a bit better. But our power play is the brightest spot right now. That's a filthy power play. Liking how that's looking. All right, point scoring wise, let's see here. We got Hisho 27, Boyle with 22, Henrik with 18. Yeah, I want to try to get Henrik to a bit of a better contract because what he's asking for is really not worth what he produces like. But he's a great player to have, so tough call. 14 for Nyquist, 7-7, not bad. Bermanis with 13, Karpovtsev with 13, Manning with 12. Bit of a slower start once again, but he is... he's not quite on pace for 50, but they're still doing pretty good. Bermanis, 8 points on the power play. My goodness, this guy is just a filthy tool to have. Though third line seems to be kind of struggling. We'll have to see. Yeah, Hamus only with 8 points. Sim, 7 points, 5 goals, +1. So interestingly, he's got a better plus-minus than his two line mates, Hamus and Bermanis. Oh, sorry. No, never mind. That's Sophilus. Sim is a freaking -6. You know what? Yeah, it's starting to kind of look more and more like this guy's not a third-line center, which is weird because he's built really, really well for it. But this line just isn't getting the job done right now. Don't know what to do about that. Fourth line's doing good. Might have to try mixing and matching some things then. Maybe Hamus has got to go down. Who knows? I think Bermanis would easily have what it takes. Hamus, on the other hand, I don't know. It seems like they should do better, but, I mean, they're just not. Interesting. Okay. But Sim got the growth out of him that I wanted, so that's a tough thing. Pete leading in points with 9. Stoll with 6. Now, remember, he is playing... But he has got 2 points on the power play, 1 goal. He is playing top 6 time, though, so he could have still a good rookie year. I mean, he's a +7. His partner's a +6. Everyone else, though, are minuses. But I think they have improved. Their plus-minus has improved, so I think it's trending in the right direction. Pignot being up there with Malmstrom is better. Pete's getting more points in the top 4 than he was in the top 2. I'd like to see Pignot get some more here, but again, he doesn't have power play time. Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm going to leave them how they are for now. This is such a tough call. Like, if we want to bring up that one guy who's 20 years old down there, he might even just grow on his own. Ugh. We have a decision to make, basically. Pretty big decision to make. Yeah, this is a tough call. Really tough call. I'm not too sure. Alright, Lynch, he's an 83. So they're splitting time actually pretty well, and Lynch isn't actually doing too good, so I'm not going to give him extra ice time if he hasn't earned it, despite him being a franchise guy. Despite all that kind of stuff, you know? It's Ward is kicking ass. I like Stoll's pace. I mean, right now, he's on pace for like 35, 40 point season. Around that. Well, kinda, not really. No, not at all, actually. Like, maybe, yeah. He has to do better. But again, it's defensive defensemen usually don't break out year 1, especially at his overall. Speaking of overalls, did he actually jump up at all? Did we get him scouted higher? Did he? I don't think he would have. Well, he is an 82, so the extra ice time, he shouldn't be complaining about anything. So that's good at least. But yeah, we are in a tight spot. It's like our team's actually doing well right now. We're starting to trend in the right direction. And yet we have this 84 guy in the AHL who's 20 years old. I mean, I honestly should give him the ice time. Yeah. But then we got to think about who drops out, who goes where, what happens, because we have so many guys there. That's going to be tough. All right, first things first. I want to find out where McJesus and stuff went. Should have just stayed in there and went to league here. All right. Clayton Keller, he went to the Pittsburgh Penguins, so Clayton Keller's in Pittsburgh. Where is McJesus? All right, McJesus went to the Blackhawks. Interesting. All right, so Connor McJesus on the Blackhawks, Clayton Keller on the Penguins. The Blackhawks, he's a point-a-game guy there for him, so nothing to complain about, really. Oh, yeah, he's looking pretty good there. All right, so that was that. Good stuff. All right, so we definitely have decisions to make here. Our team is doing better than we were in the beginning. We're definitely trending in the right direction. And part of me doesn't want to break up our defensive core because they seem to be getting better. But the other part of me is like, that dude's 20 years old and now 84 overall. Need to take advantage of that. We need top 2 guys. I mean, even if we have 2 lefties in the top 2, I would be willing to play my offensive defenseman on the opposite wing. We've done that before. It seemed to work. And if Stoll can get up there, he's obviously not there yet. But yeah, we're just in a tough spot. With a lot of, like, too much talent, you know what I mean? Just way too much, but I wanted to check out some progress reports here. Because I think we got some stat growth. No, he's got stat minuses, but morale, he's boosted up with morale. Okay, interesting. So he might still be that 81. But I don't know if morale actually affects their overalls. No, it does, if it builds up, yeah. But how did he up to 83 with these? That's not that... I mean, he's got enough minuses to keep him lower. And the pluses, is that really enough to boost him up that much? Maybe. It might be. I don't know. I'm just wondering if there was any natural jump in there, too. Alright, in the system here. So not too much growth quite yet from our prospects, but it is early. Kubas. Oh, Colborn also jumped up to a fucking 84, too. Great. Great offensive stuff. But I don't think that... Yeah, this guy's skating sucks. It's absolutely trash, so I'm not gonna... I'm probably just gonna use him out on the rest of his contract and then tender him or trade him or something like that, because I'm not gonna utilize this guy in any scoring role. He's way too slow. I mean, he's doing good, but I don't know if a slow skater does well in the sim in the NHL. He could, I don't know. Wilcox, he's also jumped up to an 84. He's still unsigned, so that's perfect. We have more time to decide what we're going to do with this guy. This guy, again, not a good skater, and he isn't good at face-offs either. We have a lot of those guys. So this guy's not a center. I don't even know if he's anything. Might be a trait asset. Might package some of these guys together to get something that we want. But Kubas is a guy who I think we definitely have to kind of use. Yeah, he's a decent skater. At least it's 80 and he's still growing. Ooh, what's his discipline at? It could counteract that. 84, but that's very high aggressiveness and body checking. He needs a lot more discipline. And defensively, 86, 99, and 94. Jesus, he's so good. Good passer, not amazing awareness though, so he could turn the puck over a bit. But as a shutdown guy, yeah. Varlamov also jumped up to an 82. That was a sniper that was there. Great offensive stats, but again, not the strongest of skaters. He's a bit better. This guy could be a Nyquist replacement. But he'd have to get another jump here. We'd have to kind of replace him in the next year and not be able to really move him up. But the problem with that is that there's space for him. I don't know. Maybe we try. Maybe we sit Leach down there, but our fourth line's doing good, so it's tough. We're kind of in a tough situation yet again. This guy's also ready. Another 20-year-old ready for the NHL. Not a good skater. Not amazing senses. Good defense, though. Yeah, we're just running into these problems where we have a lot of talent that just hard to use all of it. But, I mean, with these guys being 20 years old, odds are they can get better than some of our other top 4 guys. So, in some cases, I think Kubas we should definitely bring up. We have to move someone out, kind of, unless we just sit Honka for a bit. But him and Stoll are doing so good that I don't want to touch him. I want Stoll to keep having himself a good year, so either someone else sits or we have to make a trade here to free up some space into that top 4 for now, because I don't want to ruin Kubas by any means. He's 84 at 20. I mean, this guy looks almost like a shoe-in. So maybe Vorobov's the odd man out here. He takes a lot of penalties with an 86 discipline. We did just sign him to a pretty decent deal. Two-way guy looking like more of a shutdown, but he's also not very strong awareness-wise. 85 is pretty low. Takes a lot of penalties for a guy with decent discipline. Ah, this is very, very tough. Stoll should be getting enough extra ice time. Yeah, we have some decisions to make here. Let's do that. I'm going to do that for a bit. Yeah, Stoll should be happy with this ice. I mean, he's getting top power play time, plus 3-on-3 time. Listed as a top 4 now, but he should be just fine in where he is. And I hope he grows more. If he grows more, then obviously we can start moving him up. But as of right now, I'm thinking maybe Vorobyov's the odd man out. Pinot's a year younger. He got a bit better. He could settle into a better, you know, top 4 role. And if he doesn't work out in the future, and maybe he gets better than Pete. Who knows? But Pete's defense is really out of this world good. His is not too far behind, and he's got more offense to him. So, all right, there might be a competition between Pinot and Pete, but I think if we're going to have an odd man out, we got to trade someone, it's going to be Vorobyov. It just doesn't seem like he's our guy. I mean, yeah, our plus-minus has been trending in the right direction, but this guy's already looking better. And unfortunately, I can't send down Vorobyov because he's on, obviously, a contract. I don't want to get him claimed by waivers. He would likely be claimed by someone on waivers. So we would have to trade him if we want to make this move. Or, like I said, sit Honka for a bit and play Vorobyov down if we don't want to make that decision yet. But I'm hesitant to do that just because of how good Stoll and Honka have been. But it is possible. We can give Vorobyov some extra ice time here and there. Try to play him with Stoll there. See if they could work some things out and have a very good defensive core. So maybe that's what we want to do instead. Sit Honka for a bit. He's done. He's capped out. 80 overall. He's 26. He's done. He's done grown. We don't have to worry about where he's going after this. So we know that we have this guy as a top 6 guy. So maybe that is the better option, is to have Vorobyov move down a bit, give him some extra ice time somewhere. I think he's on the penalty kill, so there's his extra ice time. He should be okay with that, and then we could have that Cubas guy coming up, and obviously replace him with Honka or replace Honka with him on the PK. So that is actually seeming like the better option here than making a trade. If we need to make a trade, we'll make a trade, but we don't have to right now. And I don't want to make a trade right now. Oh my goodness, Leach jumped up. He's a -1. So again, when it comes to that Varlamov guy, who knows? I'm still thinking, oh, Bermanis is now an 86. Yeah, no, actually, Bermanis is our Nyquist replacement of the future. He's exactly what we need. I mean, the offensive stats, he's a bit of a goal scorer. Yep, that's Bermanis is looking like our Nyquist replacement, because remember, Nyquist is built a lot by statistical growth. So the second he loses that, we're kind of screwed. I don't think he will with the way our team is, but at the same time, we kind of have to consider that Bermanis is all natural right now. I'm pretty sure. It looks all natural from him. I mean, he had a good year last year. Who knows? It might be a bit of statistical too, but he's got the more upside than Nyquist does, that's for sure. All right, well, a lot going on here and a lot to kind of tackle, so I need all your guys' feedback for that kind of stuff. This is where GM Sin needs his staff to bring our heads together and figure out solutions for these problems. Now, not all necessarily bad problems. It's good problems that have too much talent, but they do need to be addressed. So, alright guys, that takes care of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to leave that like, and I'll see you in the next one. If watching my videos just isn't enough sin for you, be sure to go over there on Twitter and shoot me a follow, and you could even join our Discord server as well to talk with some of the other sinners out there. The links to both are in the description.